All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's the midweek edition of the Pocket Change Market Report, this time for May 17th, 2023. I want to thank you guys for tuning in on this video as we explore the coins that we're all looking for out there that's worth some pretty good money. And we have a very nice stacked lineup of coins. Now, I'm just going to go out and say it. There's quite a few coins that you could sell for over $100 out there that you can find, all right? I think one of them that is catching all sorts of tailwind, and man, this coin is getting awfully close to that $100 bill mark. Will it get there? I don't know. But the 2023 Extra V Lincoln Shield Cent has exploded in the marketplace. It used to be, it got down to like $25-30, and then as a result of a certain Mike Diamond Coin World article, the coin is being scooped up all over the place, and people are looking for the best premium examples of that coin. And as a result, we're seeing this price of the prices of this coin double or even triple up from what they were about 3-4 weeks ago. It's a pretty interesting thing that we're going through here with that coin. It's damn near unprecedented. So we're going to talk a little bit about that coin. There were a few of them that did end here in the last 24 hours that you guys need to know about. So when you do find them, do not undersell these things. They are being picked up in the marketplace at a relatively healthy price. And I have a feeling that as this, train begins to, or continues to go on, that we're going to see prices climb even further. Considering that grading companies like Annex, NGC, and PCGS are attributing the Extra V errors or varieties on these coins. So that's pretty big news. Aside from that, there's just a lot to talk about here today. A lot of great stuff that you can find today in your pocket change. A lot of coins, again, from that last 5 years of just new releases are all over the place. It's like, if you're not trying, you're obviously not gonna find it. But there's a lot to look out for out there, and prices are still quite healthy for being pre-summer. I mean, we're coming awfully close here to the do or die time of the year when, the market may slow down or it may not. I keep preaching that and talking about that, and it may or may not happen. We'll see. But it's going to be interesting how the coin market's going to look here in the next 4 to 6 weeks. So a few things to get out of the way. Of course, all the coins that we talk about are raw. We don't talk about graded coins because that presents an element to reselling that might not be worth your money. It costs anywhere from $30 to $60 to attribute an error coin through one of the big grading companies. So if you're looking to flip a lot of these coins, they will sell for themselves, along with a myriad of different paper money selections as well. A lot of all of the photographic images you're going to see today are original to the respective listings of those sellers. So we didn't change anything or doctor any of the photos. You're going to get the best and the worst images from these. So make sure you guys keep that in mind. Quick little note, however, on Whatnot. Not doing any shows this week. I've been getting hammered with allergies. Here this week as the weather's changing. It's getting hotter. The weeds and all that stuff is growing at a pretty rapid rate in my area, and I've just been struggling, and I haven't been feeling well as a result. So we're gonna skip the shows this week, but stay tuned next Friday. This is probably the biggest show that I've had on Whatnot platform in the first 3 months I've been doing this. We have huge giveaways. I'll be giving away a 5-ounce America the Beautiful hockey puck silver, valued at over $200. You're not going to want to miss that. It's a free opportunity to score yourself something huge, in addition to all of the major other coins and silver that we will be giving away as well. I'm not slouching. It's kind of like my 3-month anniversary. As crazy as that sounds, it's just going to continue to get better as we just using this platform to sell coins has been nothing short of extraordinary, and it's been fun and fantastic, and the audience and the buyers have had a lot of fun on there as well. So thought I'd give this a little quick PSA. However, if you're not signed up onto this platform, I will have the referral link down below in the description box and pinned in the comment section of this video. Sign up, get yourself $15 in usable store credit immediately. All right, and you could use it on your first purchase. Doesn't matter if it's with me or someone else, but you will earn the $15 referral bonus for you guys by using my link down below. So go ahead and check it out. All right, let's go ahead and jump right into these selections here. Again, all the sales are from about the last 24 hours, so all very, very recent stuff here. 1963 $1 bill with a gutter. It's got a gutter fold there on the left side. You just see an empty channel with no print. The sheet ended up with a wrinkle at one point that was printed over, and that's how something like this happens. Now, what's equally interesting, and the seller probably did not know that this was on here, but there's a little red crayon mark on here, and that wasn't put there by mistake. Okay, I don't think the seller knew what that was. That's actually a rejection mark from a BEP employee. They just used a little wax crayon, put the rejection mark on there, and it was going to be pulled out and then replaced with the star note. That was not in the listing, but it is certainly worth mentioning that there is that rejection mark there. Now, on the back of the note, you'll notice that in that same area, this time it's going to be on the right side where you see this line. The wrinkle at one point was stretched out, and then the back was printed. Now, the back is printed first, so I would imagine that the BEP operator probably took a look at the sheet, unwrinkled whatever wrinkles are on there, printed the back of the note just fine, and then when it came to printing the stuff on the front, that wrinkle reset itself, I guess, folded back in, and then was printed over. But there you go. Nice, very well-worn example that ended up selling for $24.50 with 8 bits. So still some pretty good value. And again, this is probably more along the lines of a lower-tier paper money error. The next one that we have here is actually a pretty decent-looking 1983 Lincoln Memorial Cent. It's double struck, so you can see that secondary strike is about 98% off center. I mean, it's way down there. The coin has obvious condition issues. It is a Zinkin, so there's also worth noting that. This one, however, did sell for $55.24. So just a very well-adored type of error in today's market, even for these Zinkins, which me personally, I wouldn't touch them with a 10-foot pole because of, the precarious nature of this composition. But, still quite a radical looking error. The next one that we have here, actually pretty neat, on a much older silver 1953S Roosevelt dime with clashed eyes. Most notable on the reverse, you can see the clashing of Roosevelt's profile right on that reverse die there. Coin is in pretty nice shape. I would probably say it's a mint state example. This one sold for $39. So if you came across something like this and just scrap, junk, melt, cut level of dimes, always look out for things like this because it's going to elevate that coin from something that is generally worth $2 to $3 into something that is a lot more substantial to your pocketbook. So yeah, always look out for these. As a matter of fact, always look through your junk silver because you just never know what you're going to find. Our next piece of currency is a 1977 $20 bill. Beautiful note here with what they call a butterfly fold. So again, same premise as the gutter that we saw before. There was just simply a fold in the sheet, probably on the corner of that subject sheet that was never stretched out prior to the printing. But this is a phenomenal note. It looks like it was found very early on. There's virtually no wear on this piece. And, just an overall look, it's impressive here. Again, take note, it's not graded. This note sold for $204.75 with 2 bids. So, yeah, a very, very worthwhile piece here. Would it enhance the value if it was graded? Probably not a whole lot. Not enough to cover the submission fees, the shipping, the insurance. It might even sell $250 to $300, but at the end of the day, is it worth it? Because you also have to wait 30 to 60 days to get your note back from the grading company. So with all those factors in mind, the seller did really well just by listing it raw. Now, the coin that took the world by storm 2 years ago makes a return. Now, we've seen a few of these sell here recently within the last few weeks, and I always like to document the various examples, both on the kind of like higher end of grade or ones that exhibit some circulation wear, like our good old boy here. Now, these are dated 2021. This is the major routine cut die break, also featuring a pretty large interior die break by the date. This was the coin to look for. This predates, of course, the Wilma Mankiller routine cut error as well. So this one kind of innovated that. Still a very expensive coin. This one right here in its current grade state did sell for $220.25. Again, just another stunner. Now we're on to this well-loved, beat-up, wartime silver nickel. I mean, it's nothing really to look at. This thing has been through the paces of daily life and lived a very harsh life. 1943p is the date on there, but you'll notice a significant lamination issue on the reverse, which is quite normal for this series. So, you'd be more apt to find lamination issues on the wartime silver series than most other dates of just regular nickels. So this one right here in its current condition, it did sell for $17.99. If someone did cherry pick this out of scrap, silver lots, it would set back the buyer a couple bucks. So that's a pretty good flip right there. Not something you do encounter at all, although this particular Lincoln cent looks like it did circulate quite a bit. Undated Lincoln Memorial cent with an indent. So the indent occurs when another planchet is overlapped on it during the striking process, thereby leaving that blank anomaly in there, and then oftentimes there's no devices struck on there, with good reason. And that is something to behold. A very, very nice area. I mean, if you need to own one of these, go for the best. Go for a bronze era Lincoln set. You can find these on the copper-coated Zinkins, which I don't recommend. They just don't look as great. This one right here ended up selling for $37.99, and that's generally the going rate for these. All right, so the currency selections this particular day are quite nutty. We have this 1985 $10 Fed Reserve note that's missing the entire overprint. My goodness. So no district seals, no serial numbers. This thing looks very incomplete. But again, the theme, ungraded specimen here. This one sold for a grip. $898.98 was the final sale price. As a buy it now, just a beautiful, stunning note. That again, if you did come across something like this, or you do have one, all right, think twice about grading them. Unless you're going to keep it for yourself because it's been passed down to you, there would be no other reason why you would do that. Well, guys, this is the coin that's taken the world by storm. I know you heard me say that already in this stream, but I'm telling you, the people all of a sudden have this vested interest in the VDB Extra V Lincoln cents, all dated this year, 2023, so you can still find these out there. I would say relative ease, They're not super rare. There's quite a few of them in the open market, but the prices are getting way strong on them. This particular example right here looks to be in pretty good shape. Did sell for $67.25 with 8 bids. Our first lot, I think this is the only lot that we have here this week, but I always tell you guys, if you operate your own eBay account or store, okay, sometimes it's always a good idea to look out for bulk lots like this. You can buy them for cheap, turn around and sell each coin individually, and the idea is you want to try and double your money here. So we have a lot of 11 off-center struck Lincoln Memorials. It's been brought to my attention that these are all 1970s, which is very nice. Considering that a few of the coins does have full readable dates. Like, for example, we have a 1979 here. We have another 79 here with a mint mark, so it's a Denver. I mean, there's a lot to really like here with this 11 coin lot. It ended up selling for $113.50 with 8 bids, putting it at the magical $10 price level. And even the coins that don't have a readable date at all, those will sell really easily for between $20 to $25. Okay, the ones that does have a readable date, we're talking about $30 to $40. I mean, these are tougher dates here, guys. 79 off-center Lincolns. They just don't show up in the marketplace that much. And then when you look at something like this, you're like, if you don't want any of the coins, you're literally going to be cashing in profit right here with this lot. So well done to whoever bought this one at a reduced rate. You are certainly going to enjoy flipping these if that's the motivation. We have a 1921 Tuskegee Airman quarter. These are Philadelphia minted with the good old burning building strike through. So this is the only one here within the last day that did sell. Coin is circulated, not the prettiest example, and it did sell for $50. So still quite a bit of value here with these coins, and I don't think that's going to change at all. This is kind of like the floor for these things. So here's one of those aforementioned Lincoln cents that you could find and sell for 100 bones. Okay, this is a major cut die break on the zinc in here. No readable date, of course, for the obvious reasons. But however, this one sold for $115.25. You would be surprised these things circulate quite a bit. All right, so these are still out there at varying degrees of size. If you did find one with a full readable date with a nice sized cud, you'll do very well here with these. Our next piece of currency, another gutter fold, this time on a $1 silver certificate. 1935E is the date on here, but notably the gutter is a couple of wrinkles in the sheet there. Never stretched out on any of the printing processes. And the note's in a little bit rough shape, but that's okay. Still quite a bit of value here at $38.58 with 18 bids. Our next off-center Lincoln cent is a 1969D. A little bit tougher date, all right? We don't see these come up too often. I think the last one was about a week or two ago. This one does have a pretty heavy scratch on the reverse. So condition-wise, it does have some issues there. But still, $22 was the sale price at 13 bids. It's not worth nothing when it's damaged like this. They will still be scooped up in the marketplace and for pretty strong money. Here's one that we haven't talked about in quite a while. This is the Big Cut Beard Washington quarter. They are Maryland's and they are Philadelphia's. So check out that big acorn looking thing on the tip of his chin right there, and that's actually a pretty heavy die break on there. This coin is attributed on cudsoncoins.com, so this is a major one here. $105 was the final sale price of this one. This is a bucket list coin for me. I've never found one that I could buy. I could have bought this one, but someone beat me to it, obviously, but this is one that I want to own for myself, considering that I lived in Maryland for a number of years, and that's where I grew up. So, pretty interesting piece right here, and pretty neat to see another one of these pop up in the marketplace. I think it's been about, a few months since the last one showed up. Cuds, again, making another appearance, 1982. This one is a large date example. Again, a fantastic looking piece here. The cud is covering the word trust. All right, so there's no trust in this one, and the coin is in really good shape, actually. I'm more than a little bit surprised at that. And this is a $56 sale with 24 bids. And this is a bronze composition. Pretty minor one here, 1963 Lincoln Memorial with a curved clip. You can see it there at about 9 to 10 o'clock on the coin. And this one sold for $20.59, which is actually quite a surprising amount of money for this, considering that the lower tier errors have kind of slipped a little bit here in the last 3 months. We haven't talked about a really nice Federal Reserve banknote, and that's what this is. The FRBNs generally have the brown print, plus they all have these pretty heavy stamped letters on there. This one is a D, which is the code letter for the Cleveland Fed Reserve Bank. These are spendable just like regular, Fed Reserve banknotes and silver certificates back in the day. This is a $50 denom, so it's a higher denom. But on the front of the note, it looks completely normal. Everything's all centered and, within range of the tolerances for the print. But on the back, quite a bit misaligned here on the reverse print in relation to what was on the front. So this is a misaligned first print. And this one sold for $132. So it's a little bit of a minor error, but to collectors of some of these more obsolete notes, they will go out of their way to pursue something like this. Another Cud, man, Cud's making its presence known here this week. 1983 Lincoln Memorial Cent. You can see with that arrow there at the bottom, a little bit of a Cud. That's a full Cud. The seller had said it's a rim Cud, and a rim Cud stays on the rim. This one actually touches the bottom of Lincoln's bust. Therefore, it's a regular Cud, which is good news. Now, it's quite small, and these are generally overlooked. However, you might want to, pay extra attention to some of these early 1980s Lincolns. This one sold for $26.95, so a very nice sale here. Now, here's our other Extra V 2023. Now, this coin looks a little bit better. I mean, they're both mid-state. I think this one's a little bit more choice than the other. Oh boy, I'm telling you what, guys, if you're out there hunting around, it will not be a waste of your time to look for the Extra V Lincolns. This one right here ended up selling as a buy it now shot for $75. I'm telling you, like 2 to 3 weeks ago, these things were down all the way like $25-$30. So consider this one a 3x like price movement over what it did sell not even a month ago. So that is pretty big news in the market for these coins, seeing as how you could grade them now through PCGS and NGC. That kind of elevates the status of this coin, and it's going to continue to go very strong. I would assume throughout the summer, these things are going to perform really well. Nice one here, although a very common variety. 1938 D over D repunch mint mark on this Buffalo nickel. You can see that the repunching is west of the primary mint mark on this particular example. And the coin is a very nice mint state example, but again, it's a very common one. The coin sold for $46.75 with 33 bids. The over mint marks is where the money's at on these in mint state condition. So again, always be on the lookout for those as well. But I certainly wouldn't toss this one aside because it's just a lowly RPM. That just doesn't exist in my neck of the woods. Not the greatest photo here, and this is admittedly very expensive note. $1 silver certificate. As a matter of fact, it's a 1935 series note. The overprint is shifted all the way to the right, so we have a massive misalignment here of that third print. No back photo, which is surprising. Yeah, I mean, that's almost a necessity for these listings, let alone a very nice focused front image. I mean, that's important. But anyways, this one sold for $909.99. If it were me, man, I would request like a full reverse image and a much cleaner shot. It's like someone rubbed a little olive oil on their camera lens, and this is what they got here. So always clean the lens of your device, so that way you can take these nice crisp photos. Well, there we go. One of these did sell on the last day, and actually not too bad of a price, albeit it was a little bit more of a bargain compared to some of the other ones I've seen sell. But this is the good old Wilma Mankiller. I ended up opening some rolls of this yesterday from when this video dropped, and didn't find anything notable. So this is what I'm looking for. One of these. 2022P, so these are Phillies, but this has the double-sided retain cud die break. This one sold for $408.09, and that's about $100 less than what some of the others have sold for. Another cud and another Lincoln cent, 1974D. You can see the cud there over a few letters of the word trust. Very nice high-grade specimen here. It's always nice to see mid-state examples with a cud die break. This one sold for $42.95. So very good looking piece here. And again, another one to be on the lookout for as cuds continue to dominate the coin market scene. Another wartime silver nickel. So it's no surprise that this is a wartime silver because what you're about to see here is just nuts. Again, the annealing issues, the lamination issues is very well prevalent on this date. When you look at the edge there, pretty nice split. They call this a clamshell lamination. So when the coin is split right on its edge, like this right here, there's just impurities in the planchet that causes that. So this particular piece right here ended up selling for $155.25. If you're going to look at any coin and have an outside shot at finding a very, very nice error, clamshell laminations are the thing. Okay, so wartime silver nickels and buffalo nickels are the two main ones that are notorious for things like this. In addition to the 40% candy half dollars, which are also equally notorious for clamshells. Last few coins here for the day. 1978 Lincoln Memorial Cent. So it's off center by about 75%. It does have a notable scratch on the obverse. So it does have condition issues, but it's also a uniface. So on the back of this particular coin, you have nothing struck up there. That means that this coin was overlapped on another coin, thereby creating this anomaly that you see here. But even with the pretty heavy scratch, this one still managed to sell for $38.48. So again, not worth zero. These will always have value, and there will always be a collector for these, especially when they have a full readable date like this one here. And then the final coin for the day is going to be a stunner, 1917D Lincoln Wheat Cent. A very nice early dated coin here. It's off center by about 10-15%. Of course, these particular errors, the deeper back you go in age, the more that they're going to be worth. In case in point, like this one here, the coin is actually pretty decent shape as well. This one sold for $83.50. And that's with 20 total bits, ladies and gentlemen. So there is a lot of heavy activity on this one. And the new owner is going to have a really, really special coin. So there you go. That's going to go ahead and do it for the Pocket Change Market Report for May 17th. All right, that's today's day, right? I think so. That's just a shot in the dark. But, anyways, a broken clock can be correct twice a day, so consider me that, a broken clock. Well, up until I get the allergies situation under control, obviously, but hopefully I get to see you guys here a week from this Friday for the big 90-day, 3-month, whatnot giveaway extravaganza. It's going to be pretty big, and a lot of big giveaways, in addition to some premier selections that you can bid on if you're looking to add something pretty nice to your collection. But that's going to go ahead and wrap things up for this session. Now, my job is done, but yours is just beginning. Time to go out there and look for some of these 2023 Extra V Lincoln Shield sets, because that's where all the buzz is currently in the marketplace, and people are paying some enormous money for these. And in addition, the coins are going to be in really nice shape when you do find them. So look at every single one you come across, and don't be surprised that you do find one, because I don't personally think they're rare at all. Well, that's it. Go ahead and look for these and look for other coins as well. But that's it. I'm your host, Sean, with Blue Ridge Silverhound. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You know the drill. And come check me out on TikTok as well, at Blue Ridge Silverhound. I'll see you guys later. Happy hunting. And I'll see you on the next coin video.